All right, fasten your seatbelts, everyone, because today we're taking off into the sometimes turbulent world of aviation.
Turbulent is a good word for it.
We're going to look at 5 U.S. airports
Yeah,
that are known for really giving those pilots a run for their money.
absolutely.
We're talking like seriously steep descents, crazy winds, and terrain that will have you like
Yeah.
holding onto your armrest thinking, oh my gosh, I hope we make it.
You'll feel your stomach drop a little bit
Yeah.
on those landings
Yeah.
for sure.
So to guide us on this journey today, we're using a video script called
Okay.
5 Dangerous U.S. Airports You May Want to Avoid.
All right.
And, full disclosure, these airports aren't necessarily dangerous
Right.
in the sense that they have terrible safety records or anything like that. It's
Oh.
just that the combination of like the geography,
Yeah.
the weather, and just the complexity of the airspace in these particular locations makes them uniquely demanding for
Yeah.
even like the most seasoned pilots. And so what we really want to do is unpack, what exactly makes these airports so challenging.
Right.
And also like what should you know if you're a passenger
Yeah.
and you find yourself flying into or out of one of these places?
Exactly. Yeah. Like you don't want to necessarily avoid them.
Right.
You just want to know, like, okay, this is what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
This is what I might experience.
Consider this your pre-flight safety briefing,
Yeah.
but way more interesting.
Absolutely.
All right, so our first destination
Okay.
is the oh-so-glamorous Aspen-Pitkin County Airport, nestled high in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado.
Beautiful place.
Now, of course, this is a super popular destination for skiing,
Yeah.
breathtaking views, and all that good stuff.
For sure.
But landing there,
Well,
let's just say it's not for the faint of heart.
no, it can be quite the experience. So Aspen's runway is notoriously short,
Okay.
and it's surrounded by these towering mountains, right?
Yeah.
Which create really unpredictable winds.
Oh.
Yeah. And turbulence.
So you're basically like flying into this like wind tunnel.
It can feel like that sometimes, yeah.
Wow.
And it's such a demanding landing that only pilots with like special
Oh, wow.
high altitude training are even allowed to land there.
So you're telling me the pilots flying into Aspen are like the Navy SEALs
Yeah, pretty much.
of aviation?
They have to go through this really rigorous training program
Wow.
that prepares them for these really, kind of unique conditions.
That's incredible.
It's pretty intense.
I have a newfound respect
Yeah.
for those folks. But, that's got to be pretty intense for the passengers too, right?
You can definitely feel the plane working a little harder
Oh, yeah.
during those landings, but it's kind of all part of that Aspen experience.
Right.
It's like a little roller coaster ride
Yeah.
before you even hit the slopes.
All right. So we've braved the mountains of Colorado.
We have.
So let's switch gears a little bit
Okay,
and head to the urban jungle, shall we?
let's do it.
John F. Kennedy International Airport.
Oh, yeah, JFK.
In New York City, one of the busiest airports
It's a busy one.
in the entire world.
Constantly planes taking off and landing.
I know. And it's known for its convenience.
Yeah.
But something tells me
It can be a little stressful.
it's not exactly like relaxing, right?
No, especially for the pilots
For the pilots.
trying to navigate that airspace.
Right.
So, JFK, it sits in one of the world's busiest airspace corridors
Oh, wow.
with Newark
Okay.
and LaGuardia airports just a stone's throw away.
Wow. Yeah.
So you've got all this traffic converging in this one area.
It's like a constant aerial ballet up there.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a constant dance.
Right. With pilots.
Making these split-second decisions
Yeah.
to maintain safe distances from other aircraft.
So it's like a rush hour in the sky 24/7.
Pretty much, yeah. And then you throw in the potential for weather delays, right?
Right.
So you've got snowstorms in the winter,
Yeah.
thunderstorms in the summer,
Which, of course, New York is no stranger to.
and that just adds another layer of complexity
Right.
to an already challenging situation.
Wow. I'm starting to see a trend here.
What's that?
Beautiful destinations, challenging airports.
It seems to go hand in hand sometimes.
It does. So for our next stop, we're going to head west to sunny San Diego.
Right.
San Diego International Airport.
Beautiful San Diego.
Stunning views of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
But from what I hear, the landing is anything but a walk on the beach.
No, not quite. So the thing with San Diego is they've got this single runway,
Okay.
right? And it's hemmed in
Oh.
by skyscrapers
Wow.
on one side and then terrain on the other.
Oh, gosh.
So pilots have to make this really steep descent
Okay.
and navigate this very, very tight airspace.
Hold on, wait a minute. A single runway?
Yeah,
for all that traffic?
you got it.
Isn't San Diego like a pretty busy airport?
It is. It's actually one of the busiest single-runway airports in the entire world.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. That's unbelievable.
So imagine trying to merge onto a packed freeway
Okay.
with only one lane.
Oh, my God.
That's kind of what it's like for pilots landing in San Diego.
I can't even imagine.
They need this incredible level of precision
Wow.
and really quick thinking
Yeah.
to get everybody down safely.
I bet even seasoned travelers
Oh, yeah.
feel a little bit of their stomach drop during those landings.
For sure.
Like, it's a thrilling reminder
Yeah.
that you're in the hands of
Seriously skilled professionals.
seriously skilled professionals.
Absolutely.
All right, so speaking of skilled professionals,
Yes.
let's head back to the mountains
Okay.
for our next destination.
Back to the mountains we go.
Eagle County Regional Airport in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
the gateway to the famous ski resorts of Vail and Beaver Creek.
Vail and Beaver Creek. Very nice.
Back to Colorado. 2 challenging mountain airports in one state. What's going on over there? I don't know. Maybe they're trying to create an extreme skiing and flying experience.
Yeah, they are.
So Eagle County sits at a dizzying 6,500 feet above sea level.
Oh, wow.
And much like Aspen, the surrounding mountains mean pilots have to make this very, very steep descent to land.
Okay.
And then you add in the unpredictable weather.
Right.
And you've got yourself a landing that even seasoned flyers might describe as,
Exhilarating.
shall we say, exhilarating.
I can just picture it, the plane like paddling the wind,
Yeah,
the mountains looming on either side,
yeah.
and everybody on board just silently hoping they pack their motion sickness meds.
You're not wrong.
It's definitely a landing that gets your attention.
It gets your attention.
I can imagine.
But the pilots who fly into Eagle County, they are specially trained for these conditions.
Right.
And the safety record speaks for itself.
Okay, so we've tackled mountain airports, we've done a bustling urban hub,
Yeah.
we've done the single runway challenge.
We've seen it all.
For our final destination, let's head north to a place where the scenery is as breathtaking as the landings are challenging.
Juneau, Alaska.
Juneau International Airport in Alaska.
Beautiful. But yeah, it's challenging.
I can only imagine.
So Juneau, it's a place where the beauty of nature meets the raw power of the elements.
Yeah.
And nowhere is that more apparent than at the airport. So picture this. Mountains on 3 sides,
Okay.
water on the 4th.
All right.
And you've got these unpredictable winds that can change direction in an instant.
Wow.
It's a recipe for some of the most demanding flying in the U.S.
It sounds like something straight out of a pilot training manual.
It pretty much is.
Right.
And to add to the challenge, Juneau is completely inaccessible by road.
Oh, wow.
So flying isn't just like a convenient option there.
Right.
It's the only way in or out.
Oh, my God.
That means pilots need to be ready for anything Mother Nature throws at them,
Wow.
whether it's fog, ice, or those fierce winds.
Now, I'm not usually one to get nervous about flying, but even I'm feeling a little bit of anticipation.
I can understand that.
Just thinking about landing in Juneau.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it must be like for the pilots, knowing that there's literally no room for error.
Yeah, they definitely feel the pressure.
Wow.
But that's why the pilots who fly these routes are some of the best in the world.
Okay.
They undergo this incredibly extensive training.
Wow.
They spend hours in simulators, practicing for all sorts of challenging scenarios.
Wow, so it's not just about having nerves of steel, right?
No, it's more than that.
It's about having the skills and experience to back it up.
Exactly. They have to have the knowledge, the experience, and the ability to stay calm under pressure.
Right.
These pilots are true masters of their craft.
I believe it.
They can read the wind, they can anticipate those changes in weather,
Yeah.
and they can make these split-second decisions
So...
to ensure the safety of everybody on board.
Okay, so we've explored 5 airports.
5 airports.
That definitely make the most challenging list.
For sure.
From the towering peaks of the Rockies to the unpredictable winds of Alaska.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. And these airports are really a testament
Yeah.
to both the raw power of nature
All right.
and the incredible skill of the pilots who navigate them.
Absolutely.
But with all these unique factors at play, it's natural to wonder about safety, right?
Of course.
So let's look at what you can do as a passenger
Okay.
to ensure a smoother experience
Sounds good.
when flying into or out of one of these
These challenging locations.
challenging locations.
Yeah.
So our source material actually offers some helpful tips. So let's unpack those a little bit.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we've explored some pretty intense airports, and now I'm thinking, all right, how do I, as a passenger, navigate these white-knuckle landings?
Yeah, it's a good question.
And, our source material actually offers some helpful tips.
Yeah.
So let's unpack those.
Okay, let's do that.
First up, and this one seems pretty straightforward, is choose your airline wisely. But what exactly does that mean
Okay, so
when flying to a challenging airport?
it really boils down to experience.
Okay.
When you're dealing with tricky terrain or unpredictable weather, you want a pilot who's been there, done that,
Right.
got the, commemorative turbulence T-shirt.
Right.
Major airlines, they tend to have more rigorous training programs,
Okay.
especially for pilots who are assigned to these really demanding routes.
So we're not just talking about pilots who can land a plane.
Right.
We're talking about pilots who have mastered the art
Yeah.
of landing a plane in conditions that would make most people, break out in a cold sweat.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a rookie surgeon operating on you.
Right. Same principle applies here.
I like that analogy.
You want someone with the expertise
Okay.
to handle any situation that might arise.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking note of that
Good.
for my next trip to Aspen.
All right.
So what's the next tip on our safety checklist here? So timing is everything,
Okay.
especially when it comes to flying into these challenging locations.
Okay.
Our sources actually recommend opting for daylight hours whenever possible.
That makes sense. More daylight, better visibility.
Yeah.
But how does that specifically relate to these challenging airports that we're talking about?
So think about those steep descents
Okay.
and those narrow flight paths we were discussing earlier.
Right.
Daylight provides pilots with optimal visibility,
Right.
which is crucial for navigating those tricky approaches and landings.
So it's not just about seeing the runway.
Yeah.
It's about seeing, everything around it, right?
Yeah, the mountains,
The mountains, the terrain.
any potential obstacles.
Wow, okay.
And let's not forget those unpredictable weather patterns.
Right.
Daylight hours often have, less chance of dense fog or icy conditions,
Right.
which can make landing even more challenging.
So by choosing a daylight flight, you're basically minimizing your chances of running into those unexpected weather hiccups.
Exactly.
That could turn a smooth landing into a very bumpy ride.
Yeah, it's about stacking the odds
Right.
in your favor as much as possible.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so far, it seems like a lot of this boils down to planning ahead, making informed choices.
For sure.
Which brings us to the final tip, and this one really struck me as important. Mindset.
Yes. The power of a calm mind.
It's so easy to let those pre-flight jitters get the best of us.
For sure.
Especially when we know we're heading into one of these
Yeah.
challenging airports.
It's understandable.
But how do we combat that?
Well, it's totally natural to feel a bit apprehensive.
Right.
But remember those pilots we've been talking about?
Yeah.
The ones with the specialized training and nerves of steel?
Right.
They are trained
Yeah.
to handle these conditions.
Yeah.
And they do it exceptionally well.
Yeah, it's their job.
Yeah.
And they're experts at it.
Exactly. And the safety record of air travel, even in these demanding environments, is a testament to their skill and their professionalism.
Right.
So, take a deep breath.
Okay.
Trust in their expertise.
Okay.
And remember that statistically, flying is still one of the safest ways to travel.
I love that.
Yeah.
Instead of letting that fear take over, we can choose to trust in the training and experience of people who are literally flying the plane.
Exactly. Shift your perspective from anxiety to informed confidence.
I like that.
You've done your research. You've chosen a reputable airline.
Right.
You're flying during daylight hours.
Right.
You've taken all the necessary precautions.
Yeah, okay. I'm feeling more empowered already.
Good.
So we've explored the challenges
We have.
posed by these 5 airports.
Yeah.
We've armed ourselves with some practical safety tips.
We have.
But now I'm curious about something else.
Okay.
We've focused on these 5 specific locations. But what other factors beyond those discussed might contribute to an airport being considered dangerous?
That's a great question.
Right. It's not just about mountains and wind.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
infrastructure plays a huge role.
Okay.
Things like runway length and condition,
Okay.
lighting systems,
Right.
air traffic control capabilities.
Oh.
All of these things contribute to an airport's overall safety profile.
And of course, there's the human element.
Yes, absolutely crucial.
Right.
Pilot fatigue, communication errors,
Yeah.
even security protocols.
Wow.
All these factors in.
It really is this like complex ecosystem
Right.
where so many different elements interact
They do.
to create a safe or potentially hazardous environment.
Exactly. And understanding those intricacies is key to ensuring, continued advancements in aviation safety.
It seems like there's always more to learn, which I guess is the beauty of a deep dive like this.
I agree.
It's not just about the specific information.
Right.
It's about like sparking curiosity and making these connections.
Making connections. I like that.
So, we've focused on the inherent challenges of these 5 airports.
Yeah.
I think it's also worth considering the role of perception.
Oh, interesting.
Tell me more about that.
So think about how we as passengers perceive danger,
Okay.
even when the statistics might tell a different story.
Okay.
Fear is a powerful emotion,
Right. Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
it can often cloud our judgment,
Right.
especially when it comes to things we don't fully understand.
Like the intricate workings of like aviation, for example. Most of us aren't pilots, so
No.
we're relying on, our very limited knowledge.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, sometimes those sensationalized media
Yeah.
portrayals,
It's a good story.
they do to form our opinions about these things.
Exactly. So, a turbulent landing,
Right.
a news report about a near miss.
Yeah.
These things can really stick in our minds
They do.
and create an exaggerated sense of risk.
So while it's crucial to acknowledge the real and legitimate challenges posed by certain airports,
Yeah,
it's equally important to approach these situations with a level-headed perspective.
absolutely. Informed awareness,
Yeah,
not unfounded fear,
right.
should be our guiding principle.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's about empowering ourselves with knowledge,
Yes.
understanding the factors at play,
Right.
and then making informed decisions
Yeah.
based on evidence rather than emotion.
I couldn't agree more.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And, part of that informed awareness
Mm.
is recognizing that safety is a shared responsibility.
Oh, interesting point.
What do you mean by that?
So we've talked about the role of pilots and airlines,
Yeah.
airport infrastructure
Mm-hmm.
in ensuring safe air travel,
Right.
but passengers also play a crucial role.
Okay, yeah, like following safety instructions,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
mindful of our surroundings,
Yes.
reporting any suspicious activity.
Precisely. We're all part of this, intricate ecosystem,
Right.
and our individual actions can contribute to a safer
Right.
travel experience.
For everyone.
For everyone.
That's a good reminder that safety isn't just about the big dramatic moments.
Yeah.
It's about those seemingly small, everyday choices we make
Right.
that collectively create a culture of vigilance
Yes.
and responsibility.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so to kind of wrap things up here,
Okay.
we've explored 5 U.S. airports known for their unique challenges.
We have.
We've delved into the factors that contribute to those challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and we've armed ourselves with some valuable safety tips.
We are ready to fly.
And perhaps most importantly,
Yeah.
we've encouraged a shift in perspective,
Yes.
one that embraces informed awareness
Absolutely.
and empowers us to approach air travel with confidence,
Yes.
not fear.
Confidence, not fear. I love
Because at the end of the day, the magic of flight lies not just in defying gravity,
Right.
but in doing so safely
Safely.
and responsibly.
Beautifully put.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about the physical challenges of these airports, the expertise of the pilots, and even our own perceptions of risk. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I'm wondering, is there anything else we should be considering when it comes to airport safety?
Well, safety isn't just about reacting to challenges, right?
Right.
It's also about proactively preventing them.
Okay.
And that's where technology comes in.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. What kind of technology are we talking about here?
Well, think about all the advancements we've seen in aviation over the years,
Mm-hmm.
like radar and GPS and sophisticated autopilot systems.
Right.
These technologies have really revolutionized air travel,
Yeah.
making it safer and more efficient.
So what's next on the horizon? What kind of tech is being developed that can make these challenging airports even safer?
One area that's really exciting is the development of these advanced weather prediction systems.
Okay.
So imagine being able to forecast microbursts or wind shear with incredible accuracy,
Wow.
giving pilots real-time information
Right.
to make
yeah.
better decisions.
Mhm. That would be a game changer, especially for places like Aspen and Juneau where the weather can change on a dime.
Exactly, yeah. And then there are also advancements in aircraft design,
Okay.
with features like enhanced flight control systems
Right.
and even the possibility of autonomous landing capabilities in the future.
Whoa, autonomous landings. So, like, planes landing themselves? Is that even possible?
It's definitely in the realm of possibility.
Wow.
While we're still a ways off from fully autonomous commercial flights,
Okay.
the technology is rapidly advancing,
Yeah.
and it has the potential to significantly improve safety,
Wow.
especially in these really challenging conditions.
It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie,
It is.
but it's happening right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it just highlights the fact that aviation is a constantly evolving field,
Right.
always pushing the boundaries of what's possible
Absolutely.
and what's safe.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from the unique challenges of these 5 airports to the incredible skill of the pilots who navigate them.
The importance of our own mindset and the role of technology
Absolutely.
in shaping the future of aviation safety. What's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
If I had to distill it down to one key point, it would be this. Informed awareness is empowering.
I like that.
The more you understand about aviation, the challenges, the technology, the safety protocols, the more confident and comfortable you'll feel as a traveler.
I love that. It's not about being fearless.
Right?
It's about being informed
Yes.
and trusting in the expertise of those who keep us safe in the skies.
Well said.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to conclude this deep dive into the world of challenging airports.
I agree.
Until next time, folks, may your flights be smooth, your landings be graceful, and your thirst for knowledge be ever quenched.
Safe travels, everyone.
Safe travels.